Hi everyone, welcome back to Learn English with Erica. Today I am not feeling the greatest, so I thought it was an awesome opportunity to teach you guys some phrases about being sick in English. So grab your tea, grab a blanket of some sort and get cozy and get ready to learn about some expressions that we say in English when we're sick. So the first expression is feeling under the weather. If you feel under the weather, it just means that you're feeling sick or not well. So an example sentence using under the weather might be, I was feeling under the weather, so I stayed in bed all day. Under the weather. Okay, another phrase we use is when you feel like you're starting to get sick, but you're not sure if you're really going to get sick or not. We say that you're coming down with something. Okay, coming down with something. So you might say, oh, my throat is sore. I feel like I'm coming down with something. So this is what you use when you are feeling like you're starting to get sick. You are coming down with something. The third expression is feeling run down. When you feel run down, you're feeling tired or sick, and it's usually how you feel either before you get sick or after you're done being sick. You feel run down, so you feel like you're not 100%. So maybe you might say something like, I've been working too much, so now I feel really run down. Or, oh, I'm just getting over a cold, but I still feel run down. Okay, so that expression is feeling run down. It's not feeling 100% good. The fourth expression that we use when we're sick is having a stuffy or a runny nose. So when you get a cold, sometimes your nose feels stuffy or runny, okay? And they're actually opposites. If you have a stuffy nose, you feel like it's full, and when you try to blow your nose, nothing will come out, okay? Whereas if you have a runny nose, you feel like things are dripping out of your nose all of the time, right? So if you have a stuffy nose or a runny nose, that usually goes along with having a cold or the flu. That's a sign of being sick, right? To have a stuffy nose or a runny nose. So if you want to use that in a sentence, it might sound something like this. Oh my goodness, I have a runny nose and I can't stop sneezing. Achoo, right? I have a runny nose and I can't stop sneezing. Achoo. Okay, or I have a stuffy nose and my head feels so full. Okay. Other symptoms that you might talk about when you're sick are coughing, sneezing, or having a sore throat. So these aren't really expressions, but they're good to know if you're going to the doctor and you have to tell them your symptoms. So the first one is coughing. And I've been coughing a lot today, so I can relate to that. The second word is the sneezing. And sneezing is when you're like, achoo, right? And a lot of my students ask me, what do I say when someone's coughing and what do I say when someone's sneezing? So if someone's coughing, you don't have to say anything. You might say to them, oh, are you okay? Or how are you feeling? But you don't have to say anything. When someone sneezes, achoo, okay, that's when you say, God bless you or bless you. That's the polite thing to say. So you don't say anything when someone's coughing, just when someone's sneezing. And if you have a sore throat, usually what that means is that you're having trouble swallowing like that, okay? So it hurts to swallow or your throat just feels yucky, right? So you might have a cold, you might have strep throat, you might have the flu if you have a sore throat. I am on an antibiotic because I think I have strep throat, maybe along with a cold. Number six is trying to describe what you're feeling, right? When you're not feeling well. So you can either say, oh, I have a cold, or I caught a cold, or I have the flu, right? So a cold, and like in Spanish would be catarro or resfriado. Okay, that's when you have maybe a runny nose, maybe stuffy nose. You might have a mild fever. You just don't feel your greatest, right? So that's a cold. There's lots of viruses that cause different things that go around. But the idea is that you feel it's like a minor illness. You don't feel great, but you don't feel awful. It's not the worst sickness that you've had. And then there's when you have the flu. So you can catch a cold or you can have the flu. If you have the flu, it's a little bit more serious than a cold because you're probably going to have fever, maybe chills, maybe you feel like you can't get warm, you have chills, you feel cold, or your whole body aches. So aches are like when your head hurts, you have a headache. When your stomach hurts, you have a stomach ache, right? So if your whole body kind of aches, that's a good sign that you probably have the flu, la gripe in Espanol. Some people might say, oh, I caught a cold because I was outside in the rain for too long. Or all of my kids are sick and they gave me their cold, okay? So to have or catch a cold and to have the flu, those are two common illnesses. Okay, that's all for today. I'm gonna wrap this up. If you have any questions, always feel free to put them in the comments. I hope you found these phrases helpful, useful. And in the comments, let me know when you're feeling sick or under the weather, what do you do? What are your remedies or cures that help you get feeling better? I'd love to hear them because I might use them. Thanks.